Hi, replayers. Welcome to Living St Anne's. A little bit of beach, a little bit of seaside. Avoiding travel, or avoiding travelling too much. Staying fairly local, but having a day out. Hi again, Bob. Just walking along the coast again, along the seafront. It's out of sync. What, my lips are out of sync? Lip sync is as bad as it. I can try flipping cameras and see if that fixes it in the usual Periscope way. I'll show you a bit of the sea. It is a nice calm day. It gets quite windy here, which is why there's an old windmill on the coast. I see I'm missing Claire's heckle. No replays as well. Never mind. Just want to give Haps a try along here for a minute. I've been walking along. I was walking along with it saying poor signal, and it's finally gone to saying my signal was great. So I thought I'd go live whilst it was still great. Hi, Craig. Right, okay, I'm going to flip back round again. Is it in sync now? Is everything good? Can you see me okay? Is my lip sync okay? Is it working? Is it on? Is this thing on? Is the comment like still massive? It hasn't been when other people have been on, but it's still kind of hard to know. I still miss having any form of hearts or something that know it's still working. The signal went from saying it was great to good for a minute, so it might have gone a bit blocky. That's what I should be doing, jogging along. No lag, that's good. Or at least not very much. Hi, Ruben. Good morning. Hope you're okay. It's a nice day here, so yeah, on the roadmap of coming out of lockdown, we've gone through one tiny little step. Well, thanks for the high award, Ruben. So yeah, we're instead of staying home, instead of having to stay at home, we're meant to stay local, avoid travel. So I've come to a local bit of seaside, which is, it's localish, but hi, Andy. So yeah, so I'm at Living St Anne's, home of grannies generally. Although there do seem to be quite a lot of younger people out today. Good to be normal per se. Yeah, it's not that normal, but it's a little bit normal. None of the restaurants or bars are open, but I've had cheese and I've had chips and mushy peas and cheese and onion pie. Yeah, cheese and onion pie, chips and mushy peas. How far is it from home? It's about an hour's drive. So I think in Canada terms or US terms, I've not gone too far. I think it's pretty local. I could have gone a lot further. And I've seen other people going farther than this whilst we were meant to be staying at home. So I think it's quite reasonable, really. But yeah, so my grandparents used to live around here. So I remember coming here as a kid. They died when I was kind of like at college or so, I think. So that was quite a long time ago. But I used to come here and visit them. Oh, I think my signal's gone a bit bad. It's saying fair, and now good, now great. But yeah, I mean, I don't think I do live close to the coast because I kind of live towards the middle of the country where the Pennines are going up the middle of England. The thing about England is that, you know, coast to coast driving doesn't really take very long. Um, it seems fine. I think you might have jinxed it now because it's saying poor at the moment. It's still saying poor. So I'm curious as to whether that's breaking up. And now it says great. I mean, it does seem to do this quite a lot. It suddenly goes poor signal, breaks up loads, and then it's like, oh, it's great. So I don't really know. I'll show you the windmill in the background. It's pixelated, but still able to watch. It's a little pixelated. I think probably by now it's probably fixed itself, hasn't it? No, it's saying great now. So hopefully it's come good. Uh, Audio's still perfect. Well, that's good. I've not really noticed, but I've heard quite a few people complaining about the audio quality from Haps. I know they've got the high quality mode, which I didn't use because I'm not doing music or anything like that today. But it's same fair signal again, so I'm not sure. And it's now saying great. I think my signals are okay along here. So the fact that it keeps going great and poor and then, you know, fair makes me think it's more the kind of general internet connection or something server side. Do I use camera zoom or hap zoom? Is there a difference? I mean, yeah, the little slidery thing on here. This is that's zooming in using yeah, the little the Haps zoom control. What I don't know is whether that's switching between the two cameras or well, the three cameras on the phone. I suppose I can test that. Do a little experiment. Is it that lens? Yeah, it's that lens. So if I zoom in a bit, is it still that lens? No, it's not. So I can see. So see my fingers in front of the lens at the moment. When I get to that point, it switches to the next camera, the next lens. So it's now on that one. So if I now zoom in a bit more, is it going to switch to the telephoto one? Doesn't look like it is. Yeah, I'm not absolutely sure which lens is which, but I'm using an iPhone 12 Pro and it's got three cameras, three lenses on it, and it only seems to switch between two of them. So I'm not sure whether it's only using the 1x lens and the 2x lens because there's three lenses on it. One of them's called 0.5 times the ultra wide, which does make all the fence look a bit curvy and whatever. Maybe this isn't the ultra wide. Maybe this is just the 1x. And then, oh, somebody's lost their ice cream here. Cornetto. Zoom up on the little dog. That's the way of testing the zoom. Oh, I think it just glitched a second. Then it came up saying connecting. It's actually quite a good picture on Zoom. That's good. It might be a bit jerky because I think Haps doesn't really use image stabilization. I'm not sure. Maybe it does. Try and follow the little dog. Yeah, it smells of wet dog around here at the moment. And when you hold your phone landscape, you get more people looking at you than when it's portrait. I mean, it's more obvious that you're recording or taking a photo or whatever. No masks. No, not generally. There's a few people, but we're not really encouraged to wear masks outdoors in the UK. It's interesting, really, because I know when I was over in Madeira, there was the rules there were you were meant to wear them outdoors. It was a bit of a mix. Some people did wear them, some people didn't. But yeah. I think they're probably moving quite slowly, but yeah, a few people have got masks around their chins, like this. The guy in the scooter there. You would in a crowd. Yeah, I mean, this is about as crowded as I'm comfortable with without masks here, to be honest. I think it's a little bit too crowded. Fortunately, the rates have dropped a lot since we've had kind of three months of lockdown. It's only this week really that things are starting to be less restricted. In California, people pretty much wear them everywhere. Yeah, that's interesting. I believe in Florida they hardly wear them at all. So, I mean, here you're supposed to wear them if you're indoors. I mean, in theory, you legally have to wear them if you're indoors, but then you legally have to wear them unless you're exempt. And you can be exempt without having any form of evidence for that, any form of doctor's thing. You just have to say that that it affects your breathing or your mental health or something like that. You just have to say that there is a problem that means that you can't wear one, but you don't have to have any evidence of that. So people just go, "Oh, I'm exempt." Variant cases are increasing. Yeah, well, we had a big problem with that at Christmas, New Year. Suddenly, we were getting new variants. It was spreading like mad. They reckon something like one in 40 people currently had COVID over New Year, whatever. It was incredible number. But then we've had the lockdown since then, and the rates are much lower now than they were. And I think we're expecting them to go up again now that people are changing their behaviour. But you've got to stay sane, haven't you? Really. So this is the first time I've seen the English coast in about a year. And as I say, I don't live that far away from it. But this is the first day that I've felt that I can. There's somebody with a mask on here. But yeah, not many. Hopefully we'll stay ahead of it with the vaccine rollout. Well, as I'm sure you probably know, I've perhaps heard you say before, we're now over 50% of the population have had at least one shot of vaccine now. Most over 50s have at least had it offered to them, and same to anybody who works in a care home or as a frontline health worker. A lot of things like police have had vaccines. Um, so yeah, so we've got quite a lot of people with a vaccine now, or at least with one shot. Pfizer vaccines in Israel stopped COVID for now, but I guess it will return. Well, yeah, they don't reckon that they reckon they're going to have to produce new vaccines, that you're going to have a new one every year, all that sort of stuff. But it'll help a bit now. You have horrible seasonal allergies and notice the mask actually helps. Maybe I should try it for that reason. Hi, Aidan. I get problems with hay fever and allergies. I'm allergic to animals in general, but well, kind of cats and dogs and rabbits and all sorts of furry things. Maybe if I wore a mask, it would actually help my allergies. It probably would. I probably need to wear a visor as well. But yeah, it's it's a pretty area. It would be nice if there were slightly fewer people around, but then it's kind of it's unreasonable to expect me to be able to have the place to myself. Do you have a vaccine passport, Yadi? They're still trying to work out whether or not they want to do that to you, because there's a concern that they would discriminate against people who actually can't have it, which is not actually that many people. A lot of people kind of are fearful for, they have issues with allergies or the various reasons why they say, oh, I'm not sure I can have it. But actually, a lot of people can have it. But anyway, the people who can't have a vaccine, for them to be stopped of going into pubs, restaurants, cinemas, theatres forever, or travelling pretty much forever, that seems completely unfair. So just going to cover yourself in a bubble ball since COVID. You wouldn't look silly anymore anyway. Am I walking on a pier? No, it's just a oh, I think I'm back. Did I go for a minute? People can get a proper exemption. Yeah, did it stop working for a few minutes? It was saying connecting. It's taking longer than usual to connect on a little window, and then eventually went back to saying great. So I've ended up slightly closer to the windmill than I hoped. Is it local? I'm fairly local, Andy. I was just talking a few minutes ago about about what counts as staying home and avoiding travelling and staying local. It's one of the closest bits of coast, I would say. I mean, Lytham, if you're going to go to the seaside from Manchester, it's probably the closest, one of the closest places. So yeah, I made it to the windmill. And yeah, and it's saying the signal's great now. So I don't like the way it disappears, and it's good that it recovers. But oh, cheers, Daddy. Thanks. I can almost I can buy like a third of a drink with that. Does the tide come up to the wall? I think it stays quite a way out because there's all this kind of marshland here. I think it's. I think the tide doesn't really come close at all. So. And you're welcome. Thank you for listening to me waffle on as I do. Let's go and have a look at the windmill. There's a sign on the door. I don't know whether you used to be able to go in there or not. First, we can go up the steps and have a look. Right. Still don't like the scrolling labels at the top with the location and subscribe, etc. Yeah, you forget that when you're broadcasting. You forget it's there because unless you press the show live, you don't see it. Oh, it's saying poor again. It's probably broken up. It says something about restrictions for coronavirus, temporary closure. So it looks like you did used to be able to go into the windmill. Sorry, its signal's probably so bad you can't read that. You might not really have me at all. It's very much saying poor now. And it's gone fair. I think I'm going to give this up before it stops working again. Right. Hi, Cody. Yeah, I'm going to try Prism because I've not tried Prism here yet. So I'm just going to do a quick Prism, and then that's most of the platforms tried. So I'll go back to the Seaside and end over there, and then try a little broadcast on Prism. So you should be able to watch that on Periscope or Twitter, or Twitch or YouTube. Let's see how it compares. Okay, thanks for joining me. Sorry, I'm ending on a poor signal. Oh no, now it's saying great, so it's probably cleared up now. But yeah, I think the phone signal's fairly constant. It's kind of, I've got like 3 bars of 4G all the time, so I don't know why it goes great and then poor. So, going to end here. So, thanks for joining.